guys, we're new James. 아닌가? You guys, it's happening. We've fallen into the podcast black hole. It's here. Double D is here.
Double D is here.
Officially here because last time we actually tried this, but this shit. 그냥 그때는 정신 없었어 우리.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff happened back then that we couldn't ended up, you know.
And I actually rewatched all the clips that we've done.
You watched them. I did not watch a stitch of them.
I rewatched it. I don't think it's just that entertaining to watch.
Not that entertaining, and also it was in my bedroom, so yeah.
Yes. So
I feel like it'd be too 겹쳐서 with my videos. So now we're using Eddy's
my
beautiful
house
interior
to actually film.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys like it, the surrounding.
Everyone's like dislike.
Well,
Downvote.
now the dislike button is cancelled, so we won't be
We will be able to see it.
We will be able
Yeah,
to see
the
it?
creator can see it.
Okay, so I'm not going to the creator studio to actually see it. So.
True. So this is Double D.
What does it mean?
It's
Two
just
Eddies?
yeah.
Two
Because
Edwards?
you know, you watch Cartoon Network.
I don't.
I mean, you know of it, right?
No.
Nickelodeon, Disney, Cartoon Network.
As I told you, I grew up in China, so all we have watched is propagandas.
There was a show called Eddy.
Uh-huh.
It's about these three weird dudes named Ed and Eddy, and the middle one, the kind of like tall, skinny. It's kind of like in Mulan. There's the short one, the tall one, and the middle-sized skinny one.
Yeah.
The middle-sized, his name is Edward,
Mm-hmm.
but they call him Double D.
Oh, I see.
Because there's two D's in his name, so we're both Edward.
Edward. So
Our
our podcast is named the Double D.
Double D, but also it's a reference to
Our cup size.
our breast sizes.
Our imaginary cup size.
The cup sizes we wish we had when we were in Bunny and Cherry.
Yes.
Yeah, so you might know some Bunny and Cherry. You might know me from my Edward Avila channel. Might know him from Eddy and Soul if you live in China.
The discontinued.
Well,
channel.
on hiatus.
Yes.
On unofficial leave.
Well, I left my channel for 2 years because.
But apparently it did really well.
Yes, because I'm going to talk about my channel because the first episode of Double D is we're going to talk about ourselves, a brief introduction, right? That's the topic of today. No?
I'm wondering, do we have to talk to the camera or do we have to talk to each other? Because I'm thinking about it now in podcasts, they never talk to the camera. They always talk to each other. They never really.
I don't
Not
think
that I
they care
remember.
because I think
Does anybody care about this shit?
Yeah, because when I listen to a podcast, I just do dishes or
apparently swimming.
yeah,
This
because
bitch was swimming with her AirPods in. I'm like, girl, I'm surprised you're still alive.
like, of course I'm alive.
Are AirPods waterproof?
They're not waterproof, but because I'm good at swimming, so I don't dive.
You told me you weren't swimming. You were just like waddling in the water like a dog.
No, like because I don't like dive my head into the water while I'm swimming, so I'm very safe. My AirPod, and then they're not like expensive, fancy ones. So
Argo Bunny, it was the kids' pool. One of those plastic inflatable ones.
well, they're like 1.2 meters. So
Not even 1.2. It's like
if it's too shallow, then like my skin will get scratches. So it's because it's like. It's just the right amount of depth. That's good for me. Yeah. So whatever you're doing, I think people won't be watching us. They just
listening. Yeah, I like to lately been turning these long form. You know, everyone's been talking about like, oh, TikTok is blah, 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 blah. But for me, I still love long YouTube videos.
Yeah, I think it's the Mayhem ones, like those just 10 minutes or 5 minutes ones. There are people that are not watching. The short ones and the long ones are doing really well.
Yeah, and even if it's not TikTok, now that YouTube has Reels and shit, people either watch that or they'll watch their long form documentary, murder mystery, true crime videos. I still be watching my goddamn. I watch a lot of video essays on random subjects.
Me too. I watch a lot of them. I love them.
What's a recent one you've watched?
I watch like fashion, like the rise and falls of Victoria's Secret.
Love that.
I love those.
Do you know the channel Modern Girls?
I love
that.
I love Modern
Love
Girls.
it.
Oh my
Love
god, which reviews our sexual orientations. I love. Well,
Yeah.
I think it reveals our sexual orientations the moment then they open our channels.
True.
Yes, like Modern Girls, like the channel analyzes Not only that, but
Pop culture.
Yeah, the pop culture.
There's a lot of early 2000s stuff as well.
Yes,
My generation.
that's how I found out the channel.
XG.
You should stop talking about XG.
I am
You
obsessed.
have to stop.
XG. They released this thing called Extra Extra.
Mm-hmm.
It's like their behind the scenes documentary series. Talk about showing how they formed the group. Girl, these are like 1 hour episode things, and that shit is wild.
You watched everything?
I think I have to catch up on the last episode, but these girls, they'd be like slaying. They'd be like killing the choreography. And then the deputy or like the dish would be like, "What are you doing? Did you not practice?" I'm just like,
Okay.
"This is welcome to Asia." 근데 I feel like you don't go here. You have to do that kind of intense kind of training to get artists like XG. Because if it's just like, oh, you're all right. Because no tea, no shade, but I know some people that, you know, they don't really practice that hard in the practice room. And so it shows on stage.
I think so too, because you know how like idol fans on the comment section saying that you should have been too hard on the idols, but on the other hand, I feel like I've seen idols then their attitude in real life, they're like sort of like lacking off, and they're just not that serious. And I feel like if you're not that serious about your career, then
it really
shows on the stage. It really shows on the stage. Then
you
just don't want that so bad. You just don't want that bad.
Yeah,
I feel like
맞아.
yes. You really have to be really ambitious.
I guess that's why I'm still single. I'm not trying hard enough.
I think that's we should talk about that on the other.
Honey,
another
I could
episode
talk for
about your
hours
dating
about
life.
how I can. But the thing is, I'll complain so much, and then when the opportunity comes around, I'm suddenly like, oh, I'm too annoyed.
Yeah, I
Can't be bothered.
I wonder that about like you too, like, because I mean,
A lot of people are like, I'm surprised you're still single, Edward. Girl, I'm surprised too. But also,
I feel like you get the opportunity, but
go where?
when
Where?
the opportunity comes, but you don't.
Where's the opportunity, Eddy?
You don't really catch it. I mean, you don't. I feel like when the person approaches to you, you don't. I feel like you just stand right
Where's the person
there.
approaching me?
Or, you know how like how I sees it is, you really have to like be the person who being more proactive, and then
Exactly.
Mhm.
I think that's the one thing. But I don't know. If I do try, nothing happens. Like I told you earlier, girl, I was on Tinder for like 4. Okay, I wasn't literally just on Tinder for 4 hours. Like I was playing Dead by Daylight still. And lately the matches have been taking forever. So while I'm waiting, I'll be on Tinder or whatever. You know, swipe on the guys I think are cute or seem nice. I'm at the point where, but you know, I'm not batting to like super handsome hot guys anyway.
Mhm.
I love like a good farmer boy.
You like ahjussis.
I love it. Okay.
You like ahjussis.
Okay, here's the thing. Ahjussi, ahjussi literally means like old man, but when you say ahjussi, you mean like guys that look older. But to be honest, I
you
do
don't
kind of like older guys.
You like those.
I'm at the age where I don't want to deal with young boys anymore.
Yeah.
Especially because the mindset of a 20-year-old in Korea, especially, honey. And also, if they are 20, around 20, there's an 8% chance they'll be like, "Oh my god, are you Bunny and Cherry?" But sis, which it's not bad. I
it's not
appreciate
bad,
it.
yeah.
근데 I dated my last ex was 5 years ago. He was a fan, and we know how that ended.
Yes.
And I'm like traumatized by that. So
yeah. We don't want to date our fans. Yes.
yeah, cool. On June,
Especially don't want to
because
date
they
Bunny
know
and
us.
Cherry fans.
They would know us more than we know them. So there's already that imbalance. 근데 like I'll be swiping around all these people, and the next I go to bed, wake up in the morning, no responses. If there's a match or something, it's people that don't even live in Korea. You know, I get a lot of Thai boys. Love my Thai boys, but they're not even here in Korea.
I think because I'm on Tinder before. I think there are surprisingly in Korea. I think there are a lot of Thai boys. I think they are
Using passport.
They're using passport, and they want to match with because
Usually before they come to visit.
yeah, because there are a lot of Thai boys. They have a lot of traveling plans to Korea, so they
Yeah.
use passport
But I don't want to date someone that.
outside of Korea.
Yeah,
right?
I'm not in my whore face anymore.
So maybe you can turn off there's a function in
그래?
Tinder that
그래,
you can
이겼다.
turn off people.
Like it's not working because, to be honest, besides that though, what other options would I have? I'm not, to be, if we're completely honest, my type is not popular on the app in Korea. Skinny. 약간 얼굴은 여성스러워 보이고, even though lately people have been like, Edward, are you really gay? I'm like, sis, honey, yes.
Because you changed your hairstyle.
I know. Ever since I got this haircut, people are like, are you? Girls, when I go to the club, girls hit on me more than guys. I can't blame them though because I'm at a straight club. But
Yes.
I'll be like, honey, I suck baby too.
But
I
the
suck
thing
baby
is,
too.
the thing is though, if you go to a gay club in Korea,
My
I
type
don't-
is
no, it's not about you. I think gay club culture in Korea is no one touches each other in gay club.
good. Yes.
Yes.
So from like having fun perspective, I don't enjoy that. Because I mean, I don't really want to go to the club to look for a boyfriend. I feel like it's weird.
Yes.
Also because the type that would be at the club, to be honest,
honest.
I can't see it going very long.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's impossible.
Impossible, yes.
But I don't see anything, especially like we just said, people stand there. I heard from people that if they see a mame 드는 남자, like if they see a guy that they're into, they go outside and go on Jacked,
Yeah.
and look
It's a
them
message,
up.
right?
그렇게 맞아? 그거 맞아?
I don't know though. I'm not sure.
That sounds
I've never
crazy to me.
Experienced that.
Or if they're drunk enough, they'll just go up to them, they'll be dancing, and they go hop up on them. But yeah, for me, I go to the gay club and like in general, like I was saying, my type is just not pop. I do makeup, and a lot of gay guys in Korea don't want to be outed, so they don't like guys that are on social media. Like it was just weird, also because they'll put their Instagram ID in their bio, but then they're like private. I guess it's just I guess a lot of gay dudes use Instagram now to message because they say it's more 편해. It's more comfortable.
Because I think the gay community in Korea is very diverse and complicated. There is.
Did you just say diverse and complicated? Honey, they all look the same.
I know the look-wise is very, very.
Not very many looks.
Yeah, they all look like the UIN, I guess. They
Also,
all have the same haircut.
But to be honest, I'm thinking about it now. If you go to West Hollywood, they all kind of look the same as well.
Yeah, right.
Nashi tank top, colorful tank top, colorful shorts, and a backwards hat.
Just like
Makes my outfit now.
the main vocals of the Queen. What was his name again?
Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, because he has the classic look of the gays in his time.
Of his time, exactly.
Yes, the beard and the nashiti and the jeans. In Korea too, everyone has the classic shorts.
They've got the kind of slightly overfit denim jeans with like the. I've seen that denim top a lot, the button-up denim with like the folded-up sleeve. Seen that a lot with like their Regent haircut or whatever.
Now it's the Ivy League cut.
Ivy League cut, exactly.
And the tank top from 51%, the Korean
I'm
fashion
so
brand.
goddamn tired of that fucking tank top. Which is, I've said this so many times. It's sad because that brand has really pretty clothes, but literally that literally, you know how every computer brand has like a steady seller. That shit, do they still sell it?
Of course they sell it.
Of course they do, right?
It's their cash cow.
It's their cash cow.
Yes.
And I mean, that must be a good thing for the brand owner, but also it must suck when he's making a new design for clothing, but he's like, I can be 이거 열심히 해도 even if I'm working so hard on this design, it's just that tank top.
I don't know at this point because I work in fashion. For me, it's been so many seasons since that brand has been created, and I feel like that designer is just not being creative because each single season is
Honey.
just the same clothes.
Honey, and we eat it up. I only follow their Instagram because of the hot boys. And you know damn well that CEO knows exactly what he's doing by only hiring the same group of hot, muscular men.
Yes, but I feel like now the marketing to me is just boring.
It's just
it's working,
sweaty,
but it's just all
tan
the
Korean
same.
men, muscly, sweaty dom tops.
But I feel like it's just the Abercrombie and Finch marketing
Yeah,
all over again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
The Asian version.
The Asian version.
But for so
of it.
long, it was always like the cute, skinny, shiny boy look.
Yes.
But now we're in the like hairchang era,
Yes.
the health, the bodybuilder era of Korea. So people literally be, oh my god. Do you have any friends that are 운동하는, working out dudes?
Me? I don't.
You don't?
We have Chanu.
Well, he works at the office.
Yes.
I talk about dudes that literally their whole lives are just working out. Girl, they look when they're doing their body profile photos. They look crazy. They starve themselves for days just to get all the extra body fat off.
Oh,
It's
actually, I do. Yes.
있어? 소개해주지. Girl, where's the introduction? Where's the invite?
What?
Just kidding.
근데
Like he would never be into you, bitch.
No. It's not like I've been with one.
Really?
Yeah, I've been with one.
You were with a muscle top?
To be honest, I have been with one that
I say it like you.
No,
you got a hot guy.
I have been with one that's just like freshly just taken like a body profile.
Mm-hmm. They look miserable. Yes, just say it. Because they're so tired from like all the not eating much.
I'm just not. I'm not into that look.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for me.
They lose the fat in the face. They literally look like skeletons. They look like whole different people.
Some of them they look okay, but I'm just for me it just felt the same. I'm just not into that look. I like more of a human like. For me, it just looked the same. Yeah. Like it does look okay. It does look hot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm into these ahjussis dudes. They got the fat on the body. Love that.
Because
a lot of people think I'm into like Wonho type, and of course I'm into Wonho.
You do.
I do.
Good.
It'd be
It's
nice, but
photogenic.
like it's more so like realistically. If we're counting all the dudes I like check out during the day, most of them just look like regular people.
Yes, and then
not that being muscular and working out is not regular, but it's not as common.
And there's a reason why I don't like that. Like I don't like those body profile boyfriends. Just like the church boys. It's because when you ask them where they are, they're always in the gym.
Yeah.
Do you realize? They're all, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to the gym.
Yeah.
So they're always in the gym every single day for at least 2 hours.
Yeah.
And just like the church boys, they're always in the church like on the Sunday, so you cannot talk to them like every single day. Not that, because for you don't have to talk.
For me, it doesn't matter. But I know
for me,
I can understand what it can be. Yeah. But also from my perspective, it's just that what else would you have to talk about? Because all they were doing was being at the gym. I'm not gonna be like, oh, so did you do your reps today? Like, so
their
for both
life
of us,
is all surrounded by workout, and then that's their major hobby.
Yeah.
Because I feel like one person, if they're really satisfied with their body profile photo, and they're so happy, and then their life is really, after that, their life is really surrounded by that, like just gym bro life.
The idea of taking these body profile photos for a few Instagram likes is crazy to me. Yeah. Because it's expensive too.
It's expensive
to have that lifestyle.
And you have to be very committed.
Committed, miserable.
Maybe we don't understand it because we didn't take it.
I guess so, but I've been surrounded by people like that. And I had it in my working out era. It was okay. Yeah. The working out was fine because it wasn't my life. It was like my sort of stress relief, like twice a week. But the idea of having to eat chicken breast every single day, I mean, there's ways you can eat more variety, healthy, but most of these guys will literally just eat the same shit every day. And I'm like, I like eating good food.
But isn't it crazy that it has been a national craze during the pandemic?
Oh, honey, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like everyone around us has been doing it. At least 2 out of 5. That's a huge percentage.
Yeah.
At least 2 out of 5.
It's wild. Good for my eyes, but
it's just Korea is a fun nation. Like
fun nation.
Because
fun as in 신기해?
Yes. I mean,
Korea's wild, bro.
Yeah, because Seoul is such a...
There's so much going on.
Yeah, there's so much going on. Like, if one person's doing it around
go, honey,
here, yeah, and everyone starts doing it.
I think Korea is very much just like because you know how there's like millions of trends on the internet going on at once, especially on like a TikTok and stuff. But I was on Reddit recently, and there was this whole conversation about in Korea just trends going by so fast and quick and stuff. But someone was like, as if this is a unique thing to Korea. But I'm like, it kind of is, because in America, yeah, trends come by quickly and pass quickly in America as well. But there's so many people in America and in the West that you can have multiple trends happening at one time. And usually these trends can last longer with these people because they are so into the lifestyle.
Yes.
But for Koreans, this is Korea, right? Very small, not as many people as the West. For the amount of people in Korea, though, it's kind of a lot. But in general, usually it's like 1 or 2 trends happening at once, and they all want to move on quickly. Very quickly, yes. So it's never like in the West where you have multiple at once. It's always the one that's very 강하게 push하고. Like we're already the Y2K. It's on its.
Y2K. Oh
She's
my God.
almost out the door, so I'm wondering what the next one is. But for me, it's always interesting what the next trend is going to be.
It's funny how when Y2K comes in Korea, and then there are all of a sudden there are like 10 or 20 Korean fashion brands created in the recent 3 to 5 years just dedicated to Y2K.
Just dedicated.
Y2K.
That's wild to me.
That's wild.
It's crazy
It's
to me.
crazy, right? And then
So-
those brands will die in 3 to 5 years.
These brand owners, the people that make these brands, do they know this going into it, or do they expect to go on for a long time?
I don't. You know what's more crazy? Because nowadays old money is coming back, and
In Korea?
old money is coming back in Korea, and just like world trend
What's
in
it?
general.
Well,
Old
right.
money- old
In the
money.
West, I know it did, but in Korea, what's an example?
You know how like along with old money, like the campus look, the Ivy League look.
I
is
know with
coming
guys,
back.
it's kind of like that.
Yes, and then you
With
know
girls,
how
I haven't really-
the campus, like the Yale. Do you have the? Do you see the Yale?
Mm-hmm.
The American Ivy League,
Yeah.
the school,
Mm-hmm.
because it's actually a Korean company. They bought the loyalty of the
Of Yale,
Yale University.
they bought the loyal.
Yes, it's not like the
It's not like a sort of like a
It's-
copywritten sort of thing.
they bought the copyright,
Huh?
so they produce it they produce it in China, but it's a Korean company.
For Yale.
So yes, so they share the profit, but majorly it's the Korean company. So because it was doing so well, so
In Korea.
in Korea, so another Korean company they brought Cambridge University.
Oh my lord, this is.
Yes, so not only
Is it-
Cambridge University anymore, another university I forgot the name, but like there's so many university.
Wait,
like,
so
from
these,
overseas.
these companies in Korea are making these clothings for selling at the school store.
Yes.
But in Korea, it's like, oh, it's
It's
a
a
brand.
vibe. It's a vibe.
Where would you buy it in Korea?
Like,
Mushinsa?
you can't. Yeah, Musinsa.
Really?
Yes.
Literally under the Yale University
Yes.
brand?
Yes.
Eh?
In Korea, you even have Kodak or you have CNN apparel.
Oh,
Like
is that
the-
what that is?
Yes.
I thought it was just like people ripping off the.
No, that's not. They literally bought it.
shit.
Well, as a person who worked in fashion, I felt really sad. I don't know
Really?
why people were buying it, because because people are buying it, then there's market for it. I mean, it's
That's
just strange, right?
It's wild.
It's wild. It's
But
wild.
to be honest,
Mhm.
Yokshi Korea. I can expect nothing less of Korea.
Oh my god, well, I feel bad for saying this, but
The
those
thing
are
is,
things that
we talk a lot of shit about Korea,
Yes.
but we love living in Korea.
we love living.
We were
yeah.
having this conversation earlier, which I wanted to bring up to you because you're telling me about how you have this thought of like, oh, should I go back to China? But the thing is, both Korea and China both have their pros and
pros
cons.
and cons. Yes.
And for me, I've said this to you before, how when I go to America, I feel like the foreigner in America because I'm so used to living in Korea now because it's so convenient for me. The
That's
food, yeah. To be honest, for a person of my lifestyle, it's super easy to live here. In general, I feel like it's cheaper to live here. Costs are going up, but comparatively to America, there's a lot of things that it's just more expensive in America to be there.
You live in LA right now. If you go back, or do you live in Texas?
Texas.
I see.
Yeah.
Texas is expensive. I've never been to Texas.
Texas compared to other states is cheaper. But I don't know. I don't have a car in America, so that's already
that could
a
be
loss.
very inconvenient.
Mm-hmm.
Because I used to live in Canada, and if you don't have a
Girl,
car,
if you don't have a car in Canada, sis.
honey, like all my
Yeah.
Canadian sisters out there,
Yeah.
girl, good luck if you don't have a car.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did get my license when I was 16.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, I got my license and I drove my car once after I got my license. Do you know where? To my high school in front of my house. It's literally across the street. And I've never drove again after that. So,
You must have forgotten how to drive. It's been a
not
long
just that,
time.
but in Texas, it's not like Seoul. Texas is chill as hell.
really easy to drive.
Easy. The roads are wide. Even with traffic, the cars are still moving. There's a lot of cars, but there's no stopping, right? But
It's really extremely hard to run over someone in Texas, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Yeah, you have to really purposely to to run over someone
Yeah.
in Texas.
I heard places like Dallas and like Houston have horrible traffic, but the city I got my license in was El Paso. Not that many people, so
I
it was
see.
fine. But to be driving up in Seoul, especially like in my neighborhood, honey, I can barely get out of my fucking driveway without like
Because I know where you live, and oh my god, because Seoul is very there's a lot of
mountains, one-way streets.
Yes.
So
it's really hard to drive, but it really got you to practice. If you can drive in Seoul, I think you can drive in anywhere.
That's so true.
World. Yes.
If you can drive in Korea well enough,
Yes.
honey, every other place is like easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Especially in Busan, because there's a lot of people who have warned me before, never drive in Busan.
Why?
Because it's so hard, and then because
people are crazy.
Yeah, people. Yeah, they say people in Busan, they have really short temper, and then they really don't how to say 양보해. Yeah.
Someone was telling me how in Korea driving signs are not rules, they're suggestions.
Yes.
And I was like, girl, yeah. Based off of the way taxi drivers drive, honey.
Oh.
Yeah.
People are saying that taxi drivers are the worst, so that's why I still didn't get my driver's license.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's so funny that there's a whole Kakao taxi. You have the regular, you have the blue.
Yes.
Which their concept was kind of like, if you pay a little bit more, you can get a nice, respectful driver. And then you've got black, which is the premium one. And their job is to drive very carefully.
And they speak English. Supposedly.
그래?
Yes. Yes, because for the black, not only they're very experienced, but they either speak English or you can require a translator if you want one. Yes. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
All I know is a lot of people that get plastic surgery use those.
Oh yes.
But they get the breast done.
If they're bleeding.
When we get a breast done, but they can't shake too much, so they take them Kakao black taxi or black taxi in general to get back to the hotel.
Or they're just very rich people.
Rich people that don't, or people like me that end up partying too late but don't want to wait until the first subway or train.
Yes, because the only one time that I got a black taxi is because I
couldn't get a regular taxi.
Yes, I was in Cheongdam 사거리.
It's always Cheongdam.
Yeah,
it's always there.
I cannot get a taxi.
You can't.
There's literally no taxi on the street, and the only taxi passing by is a black. And I was standing in the Cheongdam 사거리 for 30 minutes, and I was like, oh my god, do I really need to take the black taxi? And then I realized there's really no taxi passing by, and then I took the black one.
Tip though is I'm sure you know this. If you're in that situation, there are taxis, like regular taxis, that will have bincha like available, but they will pass by you unless you're doing this, putting up 2, 3, or 4 fingers, meaning I'll pay 2, 3, or 4 times more just for you to take me.
Yes.
That's
But tip though, take the black one if you have the black, because the black one is not twice as expensive. I realized.
Yeah, it's just more expensive in general.
Yes,
but not 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Not twice or 3 times. Because I only take the like the black one once, right? And I realized it's not crazy expensive. I thought it was gonna be like 3 or 4 times expensive.
Like 80.
It's actually like 1.5.
Girl, taxis in America are probably more expensive.
Yes.
I remember I drove 5 minutes. It was like $20 already.
Oh my god, so expensive. But I guess Uber or something, it's not that expensive.
Uber.
Legit taxi is Uber expensive?
Well, I haven't taken it in so long.
Oh, I
take in Korea. If you have the Uber app, it turns into UT.
Oh yes.
Yeah, which is actually not bad. It's just the same price as Korean taxis.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely in America, if you're going a decent distance, it is kind of pricey now, from what I've noticed.
Korean taxi is just, I think, reasonably priced.
Yeah, even the price did go up recently, but even then, I still think it's not as bad. But I feel I love the area I live because it's literally the middle of Seoul. In front of my house, there's a bus that goes everywhere. Yongsan-gu
is a place. It's my dream place to live, and I really envy you. Because it's just the heart of Seoul, and wherever you go, you are in the middle, and then wherever you go is Hanamdong is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about Hanamdong earlier. Talk about how you felt like when you're in Hanamdong. You're talking. It was like peacocks showing their feathers.
I was just saying. I was in Hanamdong last Saturday, and then because I used to work in Hanamdong in a fashion company.
Oh yeah.
I did. So after I quit my job, I haven't been to Hanamdong on a weekend day for a very long time. So I didn't realize. I was with my 3 other friends, and they all currently work in a fashion company.
Yeah.
So we this time we went. We all like dressed up very well and with our full makeup and hair, and then we went and realized everyone in Hanamdong.
I love your idea. You full makeup and hair is like your hair slightly parted and like foundation.
No, like. Because we went to a fashion brand sample sale, so we want to make sure that
Yeah, you don't want to go looking like right. Because
yeah, we want.
And also, we're not hot enough to be doing the natural look like that.
Yes. because it's we're meeting the designers and everything.
Guzzi.
Yeah. And we realized everyone there in Hannam-dong, they dress up so well, from hair, makeup, and like male and female. They just like, it's like everyone there is like peacocks. They're opening their tails. And I felt like just so tiring, like
I used to live in Gangnam, and that was like my life every day. I felt like I had, even going to the fucking convenience store, I felt like I had to dress up. I didn't, but that, like, the fact that I felt like I had to. But I feel like it's very much one of those things where it's like, I see topics about this a lot, about in Korea, like on Reddit or on TikTok, where they're like, oh, in Korea, you gotta be blah, blah, blah. But I feel like it's very much certain neighborhoods. And Hannam-dong is that neighborhood. Which is funny because right down the street is Itaewon. And I don't think anybody gives a shit there.
Itaewon is more of...
More
like,
free.
More like you have your beanies and you smoke with your cargo pants.
Hongdae.
But that's a look too. That's a look too.
That,
you know what? That's a look.
There is no... Okay, here's the thing. Unless you go outside of Seoul to the Shigor, you're not gonna see true like dressing up like shit, like pajamas.
Yes.
You literally, like, in Seoul, the pajama look even is a look.
Yes. It's all a concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny,
I love
right?
it.
I love it.
I'm obsessed with it. The idea of that it's crazy to me.
I'm just afraid that like people who have no experience living in Korea, or they haven't lived in Korea for that long, and listening to us talking about this might think we're crazy.
Oh, honey, we are. We're crazy in every fucking way.
Or might think we are just being delusional. But
honey,
I feel like...
How long have we been here? We've been here almost the same amount of time, right?
I live in Korea this is my 9th year, almost 10 years. And though I'm saying that I'm Chinese, but I'm culturally and I'm Korean descent. I'm 97%. I'm 96% Korean.
96% Korean, 2% Irish, 1% Scottish. Yeah.
Yes, actually, 4% Scottish. I'm just kidding.
What's that even?
That's not.
What?
Yes.
Yeah. No, you really have to be here. Like, it's definitely one of those situations where it's like you have to be here to be able to know what we're talking about. Yeah. But I definitely think you shouldn't have to feel like, especially if you're a foreigner going up to Hongdae, nobody there gives a shit.
Yes.
Dress however you want. In fact, that's the place to go if you want to express yourself or whatever.
I think it's an accumulation of you living here and actually working here, and then getting the very little salaries, and then having to make friends here, and have the pressure peers and peer pressures, and then like dress, just culturally like live here long enough. And to really get what we were saying. Yeah. But you of course you might feel differently, but I'm just saying that that's how I felt 3 days ago when I went to like Hannam-dong. I felt like, wow, this is very tiring. Like,
oh girl, if that's your life every day, of course, yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
Except I'm thinking about all the hot dudes that work at cafes at Hannam-dong. They probably don't do shit. Maybe put some Gatsby hair gel in.
Yes.
But other than that, I feel like it's definitely maybe like BB cream. I think, oh my god, one of my favorite things is when these like Western media outlets contact me via email and they're like, can we please do an interview with you talking about how men in Korea wear makeup or whatever. And I think they see my channel and they think that they wear heavy makeup like I do. But honey, not even.
Yeah, I don't think Korean men wear.
They don't wear makeup as much as people think.
And I think Korean men, because skincare routine. Everyone have one in here, and Korean people in general have naturally good skin because the water here is really good. I think it's a soft water.
Girl, when I go back to America, my skin is.
Yes.
My skin is screaming. The water's so hard.
And this is completely off topic, but
we haven't been on topic since the beginning. We talked about how this podcast was going to be us talking about our lives.
Because I went to Thailand 2 weeks ago, and I was looking on the blogs of what necessities I have to go, because I have to bring from Korea, like necessities, like lifestyle necessities, and the Korean bloggers are saying that you have to bring the water filters, because the water filters, and then you put on the Korean showers. For a month, it was like just got a little bit dirty, but the person who put on the Thai showers, within 3 days, it got completely stained.
Really? The little filter inside?
The filters inside.
Wow.
So I brought it to my Thai hotel, and it turned completely orange within 4 days.
Oh, wow. Did you bring extra filters with you?
I did. Maybe because the Thai water has a lot of minerals. Maybe.
So.
Yeah, that's why. But the Korean water is maybe it's like soft water.
It's much softer.
Yeah, soft water. Maybe that's why. So it doesn't have minerals to filter. Yeah. So I guess maybe that's why my skin got a lot better when I was in Korea. So in general, I think that's why Korean people's skin's a lot better.
In our Texas house, our parents have to use like the filter that adds like moisturizers in the water. So whenever you're washing your hands at our house or taking a shower, your skin always feels like there's soap on it because because of the moisturizer. It feels like constantly slippery, as if you haven't fully washed off any soap. But
okay,
yeah, but
that's interesting.
It's so cheap. Oh, I hate it.
I never heard of that kind of filter before.
Have you been to New York, honey? The water there, I feel like I was swimming in a pool. You know, with the chlorine. When you walk out and your hair feels like straw.
Oh, I have been to New York before, but I haven't.
I was staying in an Airbnb for a while. Like the water there was so hard, but you know,
okay.
I think that's in general just American water is just so different.
But I still like America.
Girl, how often have you been to America?
Once.
Where?
New York City.
Oh, New York. For vacation?
Huh?
Vacation?
For the Christmas. It was
by yourself?
Yeah, but I was visiting my friend. Yes, and
did you go see the
I lived right near the Macy's.
Ah.
Yeah, the Fifth Avenue.
So did you go see the ball drop on New Year's at Times Square?
It was before the New Year's Eve and right around Christmas. So
you went back home before New Year's?
I was working at Edward Villa.
But because it must have been crazy at the airport.
It was crazy.
Jesus.
But I just have to go back because I work in a hotel. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, it was wonderful.
I don't know. I like New York, but it's just so expensive to be there.
Because I lived in my friend's house. So.
Nice.
I was poor. I was broke.
If you have a friend, I really recommend staying at a friend's place if you know someone there.
It's crazy expensive.
Wild.
It was wild.
Just the food there.
I only ate Korean food. So
really,
yeah.
Girl, I went to McDonald's. And I still spent a fortune because I was kind of paying for all my friends that were with me at the time, but never again.
Yeah, never. I mean,
if I'm going on I'm going to be that Asian mom that shoves food in the purse before we go into the movie theater.
It was 11 years ago. I think New York City is one of the most expensive city I have ever been in my life, and I have traveled a lot in my life. I have never been to a city that expensive.
I'm thinking I probably need to visit the Chinatown area where there's a lot of cheap Chinese food.
And
I would love to be there.
Even cheap, like
really?
Just reasonably priced.
Reasonably priced?
Yes, and because you have to pay tips and everything.
Oh, that's true.
Yes, and after tax and after tips.
Girl.
Yes, and I have.
Okay, go.
Oh yeah, go.
Question. So lately, there's been a whole conversation about like tips and stuff in America.
Oh, because of Kylie Jenner.
Well, in general,
yeah.
I have no idea about that.
Oh, because she provokes the question of whether we should tip or not. Yeah, because she said we shouldn't, like, of her Instagram, but whatever. Yeah.
Let's say you're at a donut shop, right? And you're doing is being like, okay, can I have one of this and this and this, right? You know how lately they have like the paying panels. They type in whatever and then they turn it around to you.
Oh my God.
No tip, 10%, 15, 25%, or 20%. What are you putting in?
Okay, honest opinion. Okay.
What do you want to do and what would you do?
Okay, so this has happened to me a lot of times before. As a person who have lived in Canada long enough, I just feel like they're doing this in a very shady way because they're not serving me, and that's not in a restaurant because that's a donut shop. I really don't want to pay the tip. Yeah. So
most people don't.
I don't want to pay the tip for it, to be honest.
Yeah, but I think both of us, I guess, are on the same boat in terms because the one of the counter arguments is that the fact that they're doing this means that the employer's not paying their employees enough, which is very true.
Oh, I see.
Because if they're like, oh, you can just get tips, then that means their hourly wage will go. They make it lower on purpose because it'll be like now you have to work for tips, which I think is wild. I feel like servers should get paid more for all the work that they do.
I used to work in a restaurant as a waiter in Canada.
Okay. This hotel worker and restaurant worker.
Well, when I worked in a hotel, of course they have to pay because I worked as a chef. But if you work in Canada, I think in America as well, if you work as a waiter or waitress, it's illegal to get paid under the minimum wage because you get paid by the tip as well. But back then it was $6.85 Canadian dollars, and I get paid $4.85. I remembered.
$4.85.
It was 11 years ago or something.
$4.85.
Yes, it was.
That sounds below minimum wage.
It was 11 years ago. I lived in Toronto.
Did you get tips?
Of course I got. Yeah. The tip is
crazy.
Even though I worked in a very remote area of Toronto, and it was a Korean restaurant, which means it's not that expensive, but the tips are not bad. But it's not a lot compared with like a steak restaurant. Yeah, it's nearly.
God damn.
Yeah,
it's wild.
So, as a waiter, I feel like you really have to tip because if you don't tip, you really don't make a lot.
그럴 때는 I'll pay them like give them a good chunk of money, but for like apparently they do the stuff at like self-service places too, where you have to frozen yogurt. You literally pump it out yourself. Maybe the person will give the toppings for you, but then 갑자기 tip.
But the thing is, you're suggesting for a donut shop or for the frozen yogurt shop, they're paid under the minimum wage as well.
I'm assuming that's the case because why would you need?
That's wild.
It's crazy.
Because they're franchise.
I don't know. I don't. Yeah, right.
They're franchise.
I don't know I don't personally know like their minimum their wage that they're getting per hour, but the fact that there's even that option for tipping, like a tip jar I can understand, but like if it's on the thing and it's like a thing you have to. The tip thing you have to press before you actually pay, that just tells me that the employee's probably not giving them enough money for their work.
I just think that's outrageous.
Yeah.
How could like a franchise, an international franchise, pay their like that's just.
I don't know.
But as a normal customer, I'm not getting any service. I don't think.
I'm not getting any dick too, so
yeah.
There's a lot of problems happening in this world.
Well, that's maybe
your problem, Edward.
Yes, you're not shopping at the red light district. You're just getting a cup of yogurt. So I think that's just.
He's shopping at the red light district. What the heck?
That's you're
shopping
not,
for PP.
Yes, you're not at Amsterdam, Edward.
Oh.
Yes.
Can I get do you think I can go to a host bar and sweep a boy off his feet?
With you mean host bar in
Korea,
where?
in Seoul, in Nonhyundong?
Well,
I love it. I used to live in Nonhyundong, with all like the onnis, all the girls that
If you guys don't know about Nonhyundong is like the
right next to Gangnam.
red light district of Korea.
Yeah, pretty much.
Where all the
male and female sex workers work.
Yes.
Every day. I loved it. They're always like bare face with their oversized t-shirt, little short shorts, flip flops.
That's their
cap.
fashion. Yes.
Sounds like me right now.
Literally.
Mine. I have to get your dog.
They always wear like
Kaora, Karodia, holding the dog.
Yes.
But your dog's not a white poodle, so yeah.
Which proves I'm not a sex worker.
But exactly at 7 p.m. every day, 출근 시간, going to work time, at the shop. There's so many shops there.
I think they always wear like Balenciaga, like ugly shoes as well. Like
Gucci had them in a chokehold for a while.
Chunky, ugly shoes.
Yeah,
yes.
the slip-ons.
And wear the clutch as well. The Gucci with the snake.
What's that bag that all the gangster dudes have? The pattern is like
Goyard.
Goyard.
Yes.
Goyard, like that geometric shape design.
Goyard, yes. It's funny how they all have the same fashion.
They all have exactly the same. If they have that clutch, they're a gangster.
Yes,
they probably up to something.
That's an entry ticket to
they're always short. They always have two taller guys with them, always, and then they have like one of those onnis with them.
Oh my god,
I love it. I loved that there was a cafe in our neighborhood there where literally you go. It was known as the cafe where you bring your dog with you, and the dogs are just there as conversation starters into a gateway to like meet up with a man or a woman. And I'm like, I can't even come here for just coffee and peace. There always got to be. There was also a secret room in the back where
Edward, I think we should write a book, a sequel to Jessica Chung's Shine.
Crazy Rich Asians.
Similar.
Sane poor Asians.
Hoary poor Asians.
What would even be like the synopsis of that
a
book?
sequel to like Jessica Jones' Shine is called like maybe like
Jessica Shine.
Doll or Rusty.
Rusty old hags.
Yes, or and the adaptation movie will be released on Hulu or something. Not Netflix.
Who's gonna play us?
I
want
let's
Aquafina
see.
to play you.
Yeah, I was gonna say Aquafina.
Aquafina, and I am Lucy Liu.
Lucy Liu is too good for us.
Oh no! I want Vanessa Ann Hudgens to play me.
Oh my! If that,
the dream collab. Vanessa Ann Hudgens, because she's part Filipino, and what are you? Who are you playing? Who's playing you? Aquafina.
Aquafina. Yes.
Korean.
Aquafina is Chinese.
Chinese.
Yes.
Oh,
if she can,
if
she can do the honor. Yes, Aquafina, I love you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Let's work on that book if we can be famous enough. Yes.
Yeah. So, Patreon down below.
Yes.
I got charged for Patreon the other day. There was this dude that makes like gaming videos, and I'm like, I want to support this guy, so I subscribed to his $24 a month, and he makes very good. He makes very long form videos. I haven't been watching them lately, so just every month I just see my $24 go out the drain. No, not the drain, but goes to him. But it's so nice because usually these people that have Patreons, at the end of their videos, they say the names of their supporters. It's so funny to hear my name from another YouTuber that he's like some random like dude from America that makes gaming videos. He's like, Edward Avila? It'll be like people that use their real names, or they'll have like a online username. It'll be like, Edward Avila, Dicksucker49, 49. 69.
I was gonna say that. Why don't you change your name? Like, I'm a whore.
But I want people to, I want someone in the comments to be like, what is Edward doing here? I love commenting on some random YouTube, because I don't know why, but for the longest time I wouldn't comment on any YouTube videos because there were people in my life that made me feel like I can't really. That's why for a while, like especially like around the beginning of the pandemic, I'd be doing all these collabs with idols and stuff, but I wouldn't do that much on social media because I have to be like, oh, I'm also a public figure. I can't. But these days, if I have something to complain, I complain about it on my story. I'm more comfortable doing it now. So lately, I've been commenting more on people's stuff with my public profile on YouTube, and I love it when they're like, "Sis, what are you doing here?" I'm like, "Sis, I'm a YouTuber, but I also love YouTube myself. I like watching it too. So if I have something to say, I'll say it. Especially because I'll comment on like random gaming videos, like Dead by Daylight videos.
You really like games.
I love games.
You love games.
Yeah.
Have you thought of being actually a game YouTuber?
A lot of people tell me like do Twitch or something, but even now I can barely do this. Like I can't.
There's really no like a queer game YouTuber character on YouTube.
In America, I feel like there's a lot.
There is,
but like that I can think of off the top of my head, right? Like famous ones, I can't think of right now. I feel like you would agree with me in that if we're going to be doing pangsong, if you're watching pangsong, you would want to be like entertained, right?
Yes.
But these people on Twitch would be twitching for 7 hours straight. How do you be entertaining for 7 hours straight?
I have no idea.
Sometimes I'll go into these Twitch streams. I don't watch it that much, but they'll be in there just kind of like looking at the screen, and that's literally what it is, right? You're just sitting there. You can interact with your audience however you want, but for me, I feel like if I'm doing a live, even like Instagram live, I have to be like on the whole time. And I feel like I could never do that for Twitch.
Yeah, 7 hours is dedicated full-time job.
Yeah.
Yes.
Recently, I saw this. Those videos like on like The Cut or like Jollibee or whatever, where it's like
those elevated BuzzFeed.
Don't they copy Korean channels a lot too?
Korean channels?
Like Sogeting Pangsong?
Oh, those because those Korean channels copy them.
Oh, so it's a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
It was one of the ones where they invited a bunch of like influencers and stuff, and in the first round they have to line themselves up depending how they think how much they make in 1 year, like money wise. And so just basically they ask each other a few questions, like, oh, I think you do this, I think you make this much money or whatever. The one girl, obviously, she does OnlyFans. It was so clear she made so much money. But at the very end, the person revealed how much each person made annually. Even the lowest person made like $115,000 a year. Most of these people were TikTokers too. So from that, 그때부터 I was already like, wow, they make a lot. They get to the last person, the number one person, $3 million a year.
Wow, by OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Why are we doing like here?
What are we doing on this fucking podcast?
Yes.
Honey, but the question is, 만약에, if we did OnlyFans, what type of people do you think would subscribe to us?
I don't know. Lonely white
ahjussis? A lonely white man? You think so?
I don't know.
I feel like it would be like they subscribe and the first DM they send is like, I love Bunny and Cherry.
Could you put?
Love you guys too.
What's your What's your PO box? Can I send you some wigs?
Please send us wigs.
And can you wear them while you're doing your videos?
그래. You know what's really interesting though?
Yeah.
In Korea, they have really good cheap wigs.
Yeah.
We're talking less than $30, $20, but they're like flawless. But in
Yeah.
America, when you think of cheap Amazon wigs, you get like Party City like little straw wigs.
Well, this is a complete random fact, but I've watched a documentary that one of the few factory that did really well is in Korea. While the Korean the industrial factories are blooming, is the wig and factories in Korea. So they're making the wigs really well. Yeah, one of them. Yeah, so I think
Nice.
that's why they're really good at making wigs.
Keeping us looking good
Yeah.
or decent. I love how this dude, the whole concept of bunny chair was completely your idea, but 하잖아, we're filming, but you're like into it. You're like doing your hair, your wig. As soon as we're done, you literally grab your wig and you throw it on the table. You fold it. You know those people when you're you're eating at a restaurant, you have like the napkin, right? You have the people that grab the tissue, they blot their mouth, and you have the people that grab the tissue, crumple it, and then wipe their mouth. That's you. You crumple the wig and you throw it on the table. I'm like, sis.
I feel like might be the masculine side of me that came
Hey,
out.
okay, Miss
Yeah.
Dom Top.
Yeah.
All right, mask for
That's
mask.
the worst side of me, probably.
Give us your best. Give us your straight. Right now, Heba.
I'm sorry, I'm just a very power bottom of me.
I can't do it. Well, no, I can't say it. Because I do have my straight moments. Because for me, I feel when I'm like doing it takes energy for me. Because I don't.
Yeah, I think you're more straight than me. I'm very power bottom. I think you're more straight than you're more versed than me.
But I love
feel
hanging
like-
out with a good power bottom. They're so fun to be with. There's something about like not even we always talk about like straight guys are ironic because most of my friends are straight.
Or straight curious.
The one I
You know who I'm talking about.
What?
You know who I'm talking about.
She done already had hers. No. I don't know. I can't stand being around someone that's so hellbent. Obviously, we know they're gay, but they're so hellbent on trying to be like iltik.
Oh,
Explain to the girls what iltik is.
일틱 means
Where's the word come from?
일틱 means 일반틱, which like a normal acting or straight acting.
Is the tick from like romantic?
Like ish.
Like oh, 그지.
Like yeah.
That's like Konglish, 아니야?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
일반틱. Oh my, I can't stand it because they're usually so boring.
It's just
Boring, and they'll judge you if you're being yourself, basically.
yes. It's just I don't know. It's just people put themselves in a box. I just feel like it's so 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Go just be.
can you
you're
just
already,
liberate yourself?
You're putting your penis inside of a butthole. Like what? Like
yeah,
how?
I know, right? You
Just
only
be yourself.
Yes, just I know. Be yourself. The message is so 20 years ago already. I just feel like that person's living a very restricted life.
Yeah. Oh my god. I remember a long time ago. I met one guy from Grindr, I think, or Jacked, and Korean dude. This is when I was living like in the beginning of my Korea era.
Oh,
Korea era.
강동구?
아니야, 그 전에. Before we met,
Where do
I was living in Donggucheon, like 의정부.
Oh, that's
Yeah, my
the
first
OG.
Yeah, my first army base.
Oh, okay.
I made it sound like I worked at multiple army bases. Is the bottom? No. My parents first moved to Korea.
I see.
Met some dude, very much the type of like, oh, I don't like 활동하는 사람, like people that
Discreet,
are out.
yes.
They have to be super discreet. He met me once and he never met me again. He kind of ignored my messages. I guess I was too gay for him. Next thing you know, years and years later, where do I see this hoe? Right in front of King with a bunch of his foreigner friends, living his best life. I'm like, sis, how the tables have turned.
He's bloomed.
He's bloomed. I'm just like, these boys, like, aren't y'all tired? Sis, you suck. You put the penis in your mouth. Like, calm down.
I don't know. Like,
Wanting to hide your lifestyle because of maybe the situation you're in, that I totally understand. But to be in the community and for you to put your insecurities and your, mask in front of us, I feel like it's kind of weird.
yes.
And then treating you weird as if you're both not gay. That's so weird to me. Anyway,
But I hope you
I'm getting all heated up.
I hope you're happy. I mean,
I have no idea.
yeah, I have no idea either. But just you living your life, and I hope you're
Hopefully.
happy. I mean, there's nothing I can help. I know I'm not happy. I'm just
You and your fucking. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next
yes,
one.
I'll see you in the next
Bye.
episode. Bye and bye. Hope you like Double D.
Yeah. 我不知道你在。